my video stopped working there. I went to go and turn the heating off because the room was getting too hot. And then I continued talking, not realizing that actually it had actually just stopped. But anyway, I can't remember what I said in those last bits, but I'll try and re-say it. Talking about male and female companies, it's difficult to work out. No human is 100% male and 100% female. And I think anyone who tells you that is kind of brainwashing you into believing a lie. But by believing the lie, you show that you're actually not that very connected to breaking of the matrix. I know Andrew Tate loves to go on about how, God designed male and female. The truth is, I'm God, and I didn't design male and female. I designed females to be more like me. I think like cats are all very similar size, similar shape, and I feel like that shows how females are supposed to be all like me, and yet dogs are all very, very different, and I feel like that shows how guys, I don't really know what a guy is, but technically I think a guy should just be, one, doing things that I can't do, and two, a helper, and three, a sort of supporter role. But of course, because the world loves to invert everything, they've kind of changed that, and I think it's an ego thing. Males like to have the ego pride that they're better, they're the ones that lead, they're the ones, and to be honest, I kind of like that. Like I like a guy who knows what he wants, and a decision maker, and stuff like this, because sometimes there are a lot of decisions to be made, and I can't make all of them. So to have someone who sees themselves as being able to be as good or better than me is an appealing thing. And yeah, when I most companies that I see, I feel like are both. YouTube can be, the videos can be male, they can be aimed at males, they can be aimed at females, and like humans, there's a masculine side of everyone and there's a feminine side of everything. So really, I think most companies are actually mixed. But yeah, when I went onto X, I kept seeing videos of Trump going on about male and female is different and stuff, and that's just how I felt about X. I felt like X was definitely different to Threads. Threads just had a much more feminine vibe. I think you should change the logo to like a multicolored square, similar to the Instagram, only a little bit more yellower, with perhaps a bit of pink and red and maybe even blue. I don't know, just a multicolored square that's mostly yellowish, and a little app in it. I don't know. I'm not really fussed, but I definitely feel like I see a vision, and I see the yellow being quite a strong color. But I think that, I don't know, just it's the market that you're targeting at, and it's not that one is for male and one is for female, because today I actually felt like I didn't want to post in Threads. When I post in Threads, I feel like I don't want to read the comments. I just want to read the picture and then write something back. I do like random posts. I have been posting on Facebook, and I found the more I post, I want to post interesting things, but these interesting things have lots of writing, and sometimes it's nice just to post sort of shorter comments, and oh, that's interesting, oh, that's funny, it's things to laugh at, things to share without going into too much thought. Okay, I'm not putting too much thought into this. Okay, maybe tomorrow I'll feel differently, but I still want to post it just because I want to do something, and this is a bit interesting. So I do like the idea of this sort of Twitter thread, where you kind of just post out stuff. But I didn't like Twitter because I felt like it was more of a nursery. I felt like whoever was on there they were very young, or just some mindless comments, and when I was trying to talk to people, when I get insults from YouTube, they were bad, but I felt like there was a little bit of intelligence to them. When I was trying to tell people on Twitter, I felt like all the insults were just a couple of words, and that was it. Nothing more, but 3 or 4 words, and then I don't know. Just it felt, I didn't like Twitter very much. And X is definitely much better because it's for an older market, a market that has more potential of thriving, because the tech market is going to be a sort of futuristic thing. It makes people think more. It's definitely more political as well. So I feel like by being on X, I feel myself more inclined to think about political issues, think about, okay, I don't want to think about war, but it makes me want to think about it, and I can think about the gendering as well. Like I that I don't believe that there's 100% male or 100% female exists, but at the same time, by promoting it, you can kind of test to see who is more who is more brainwashed by the Matrix, and who is not more brainwashed by the Matrix. And yeah, Andrew Tate believing that, you know, him being a masculine dominant male makes him free from the Matrix is actually the exact opposite. I think it makes him more of a puppet of the Matrix, because he's not seeing the truth. It might be true for him though. I think he might have been a female, but if he ever was a female, he probably would have died at a very, like, as a baby or something. So I don't think he ever, if he has been a female, he's never progressed past a 2-year-old or something. So if people, because I do think that if you're sexist, you become the opposite sex. But yeah, with child deaths being a big thing in the past, if someone was a female and died, or even murdered, sometimes people didn't even want females, you know, this would have made it more masculine. These souls would have grown up more masculine, because all their female chances were cut or something. I don't know. Babies die on both sexes, but I do think that there was a lot of female children that were particularly killed. So if the Earth has a much more masculine sense, it might actually, things like that might be the reason why. And yeah, it's thinking spiritual and politically. But yeah, I think going on X, I feel like I'm sensing a far deeper masculine energy, and then I'm trying to analyze this energy, and I've just come up with things like that and stuff, and so therefore, even though I prefer Threads and I'd much rather post on Threads, because I feel like that energy or that vibe is more suited to what I'm like, I feel actually more intrigued or curious to find out what's being posted on X, even if I don't agree with it, even if I don't think it's funny. You know, there's a ton of things that Elon has posted that are like interesting, and I'm like, really? Or I see it in a different way. You know, there was something about all guys going for the most dangerous jobs, and it's true, guys do go for the most dangerous jobs. You know, is it because they're stronger, or they want to be the more hero type, or is it because they have a death wish? You know, I would see it as maybe they have a death wish, but they might say it, oh, we're trying to protect our women, or something like that. You know, you can't do it, so I'll do it, and it's. But then that could be like an egoist pride. But yeah, that's not how they would want to see it. They would just want to see it. Some might see it as them being better, and hence needing to do these jobs because women can't, so we must. But yeah, women would just see it as them being prideful. But things like this, I think, makes me think about. It does make me think more about the masculine side of stuff. And if you don't really understand something, it's kind of good to analyze something that you don't understand. Males and females, on the whole, are different. Just like companies, I feel sometimes companies are definitely very masculine and have this masculine vibe, and sometimes they feel far more feminine. But yeah, most companies are kind of aimed at both, hence are kind of masculine and feminine. But yeah, I wanted to say all that, and I don't know if there was anything else that I tried to say in the other place, but yeah, I probably will continue using X, but I think I don't know, what I post might be slightly different. You might even notice that I'm posting things I'm posting things more from a curiosity, you know, just finding out what people are saying and just saying and pointing out that I either don't agree with it or what I think. But yeah, I think it's very possible for both to be successful. And I think it might even be more successful if people saw one as being a sort of feminine site and one as being a more masculine site. You know, males might prefer to use Threads because they like that feminine touch, just like a guy would like being with a woman because they like the feminine touch around. And likewise, some males prefer being single and prefer the masculine or the time spent in the masculine area. So yeah. I just wanted to say that I feel like that these two can work very well together, as sort of a masculine feminine contrast between each other.